All right, welcome.
Yeah, I did buy the book, and I am going through your cave videos slowly. Um, so I'm really excited about the program, and I find myself thinking about it several times during the day. So thank
Fantastic.
you.
How do you say your first name?
It's Kishore, like
Sure.
seashore, Kishore.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's how I would say from the Polish perspective.
I see. Okay, makes sense.
Sure.
And
Yeah, in English,
uh,
I don't know. Say.
yeah, okay. So
Okay,
you
so
know,
how can I help you?
I I sent a small donation. I sent $100. I hope that was okay, or
Thank
you
you.
sent.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Was that a reasonable amount, or I didn't have a calibration? I just did what felt to right to my heart in the moment.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate.
Okay, so I'll just ask you my questions, and then let you go
Okay.
quickly. Um, so when I'm doing 165, when I'm doing uh, uh, I just want to make sure 2-3, right? Uh, the
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know how to. I'm kind of not sure if I'm isolating. I feel like I am more using my neck or my lumbar, but I don't feel like I'm able to curve my whatever spine you call this, the middle
Thoracic spine, right?
thoracic spine. And so I'm doing it, but I don't have a sense of if I'm doing it right. And I just was wondering if I could show you or whatever works.
Well, the thing is that your thoracic spine could be locked already, right? So
Yeah,
you don't feel the movement up there, but it's like you would have a piece of wood stuck in the middle of your back, imagine.
yeah,
And
yeah.
it's not flexible, it doesn't move, but it has capability to move in the future, right?
Hmm.
So the more you start using it, the more you will be able to move it. So the movement is on both sides of the piece of wood, right? So you exaggerate, let's say the neck moves and the lumbar, the lower back moves, but the middle gets stuck. So
Yeah.
you feel more movement in the cervical spine, and the lumbar and the middle is stuck. So the way how to deal with this particular one is the idea to move up like a snake.
Yeah,
So
I saw you showing it in your videos.
yeah, so you lift for the head and everything else. And then you go to the point when you feel like this, like you said, it doesn't move. And so you develop more sensitivity than you addressing the tightness and this piece of wood in the middle of the back, right? And every time when you approach it, you put a little bit stress on it and then back up. And then again, you go, you put the stress on it and back up. And that's how
Okay.
we do over and over and over until that stress, 300 times, the stress on the piece of wood will bend it a little bit and make it more flexible. So that's
Okay.
how you do. So don't try too hard and to put too much stress on your neck area,
Yeah.
right? But you,
Like,
you more
like
use
I feel like I feel some pain here whenever I do it, like when I do the 2-3.
right.
So
So that's the so when you do it, be gentle more and develop more sensitivity to sense that limitation that is coming from the middle of the back, and then you put the little stress on it.
okay, got it. Thanks. And my other question was, when we do 1-3 or 2-3, do you just focus on extending upwards, or do you also, I don't know how to say it, on moving forward as well? Like, you're stretching forward as well,
One
or is it?
free, yeah. So one free, your head is down.
Yes,
You look at the floor, and when
right.
you go down, you would like go like a takeoff, like you would like to go forward. Right?
I
You can
see.
press your head forward.
So
Right.
it's forwards and
Yeah.
upwards.
No, it's forward. Yeah, up and forward. Right. It's like a really great plane taking off.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks. Yeah, thanks for that clarification. And The other thing I wanted to ask you is like, I feel some tenderness in my knees and some tenderness in my left shoulders, ball and socket joint, right? Is there, besides the happy body sequence, is there anything I could do to relieve that? Is there a, or
What
do you,
is it, the feeling?
so let's say when I am doing, say, I'm just doing a 5 pound weight, right?
Right.
And I will, first I will feel a click whenever I'm coming down at a certain place. And the other is that I'll feel some pain, which is here, but deeper inside, like more like this.
Right, right.
And in the knees, it's just the upper part of the knees. It feels tender. It feels sore. I mean, when I'm doing certain movements.
So with the knees, the upper part is probably coming from the tightness of the quadricep. So when
Okay.
the quadricep will get longer and longer, that's why in the squat position, you want to sit in a box and release. And
Yeah,
that,
I haven't started for the 4 sequence yet. So okay.
yeah, so that release is kind of a stretch, right? Now, so when the quadricep is tight, would start pulling on the attachment on the tendon there, and then that pull you will sense as pain. Okay. Now the shoulder, you can go to the place only when you start feeling it, and just gently, feel it and back up. And if there is some tightness, it can be some arthritis, can be bone spur, whatever it is, but or scar tissues. So what you want to work with it, work gently, and develop microprogression healing system for it instead of challenging it.
Got it. Yeah, yeah. You always say that, and yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, it's just take time, don't challenge it, and work around like 60% of the feeling the pain, but not really 70 or 80. So it's like you put the stress a little bit and back up, a little bit stress, back up. So it will get better because of it. And then try to get the level where, let's say, you don't straight your arms yet, but you feel it. Then you back up from their position. You don't try to stretch. Because once you do it, then if you pass the acceptance of the body or the place where the body hurts, yeah, so it's really extremely tight or something happens there, then you will be irritating, aggravating that place. So you don't want that. You want to avoid it. Also, you want to break scar tissues when they are actually not inflamed, but really, like healthy. And then you put the stress on like this on this piece of wood I was talking about, and then you start releasing it.
Okay, thank you. I got it. Thanks. I'll let Tejas ask the questions.
Jeff, who is there? Let me
Hi.
see.
Yeah. Can you see me?
Yeah, right. So how is your name? Tajer? Tajer.
Yeah, Tejas is good. Yeah.
Tajer is good. All right.
There's different pronunciations. Like Kishore knows, like the Indian way you'd say Tejas, but
Okay. Are you in India?
Yeah. Well, I live in Chicago, but
Okay.
yeah. So,
I'm
but
from India.
yeah. So, yeah. So I'm very happy with the book, and so one question I had was if I like, do you ever like if I take like sometimes some days I'm tired because I'm still like on the first 4 weeks with the program, so I'm up to sequence 3, and sometimes the workout will take me 2 hours because I get tired.
Right.
Is that bad, or you think like should I finish the workout? You think, or
Well, 2 hours is a little bit long, right? So
yeah,
this is the way to approach it. If you feel tired, then go only one round with the whole program. So when you go to exercise 1, you do 6 repetitions, go to the next one. And when you finish all the 18, and if you take about 15 seconds or more for 1 repetition, so you go inhale, everything tight, takes time. Then lift, right? Stretch, return, exhale, right? That way.
Mm-hmm.
If you take about 15 seconds, sorry, then it should help you to to recover yourself, because if you're tired, you shouldn't challenge yourself.
Right. I see what you're saying. It should be more like I
Recovery.
should take, yeah. And I think I started reading, there's one page that talks about the recovery, the exhale portion.
Right.
I think maybe I was trying to rush it too much. So I was probably skipping the exhale.
Yeah, so you enjoy it. There are three versions
Maybe that's why, because today.
Yeah, there are three versions of doing it. A, B, and C. A is you do one round only, and it is more mindful recovery, singularity of the brain, stress release. So if you feel like or bored, if you are bored, then you slow down everything, connect to the pleasure of doing the exercises. Then you will have the inhale, you feel good, tightness, you feel good, lift, you feel good because it's lightweight, stretch like a cat, right? Return
Right.
and exhale. And that will help you to restore the body. It's like meditation. It's like, the mantra works like meditation.
Correct.
That way.
Okay.
You're soothing more the body, engaging parasympathetic nervous system. And because of that, you are in the meditative mood. It means that like after 30 minutes, you feel refreshed instead of being more tired.
Okay. All right. I think I'll try that. The only other question I had was you mentioned using a lavender oil when you do for the meditate, like 5-minute meditation with the Thais. Yeah. What kind of, like, where do I get the same is there a lavender oil that you recommend?
No, I don't have a recommendation,
Or
but
you guys sell?
you pick up a lavender oil that it's a spray or essential oil, and you can take a little bit the drop, put a little bit on your face around, and that's it. And
Okay.
3 touches are enough, and you smell really strong. And the lavender oil is very relaxing, soothing. So another thing that enhances our meditation and the recovery after whatever we did. So this meditation, that 5 minutes, is crucial to the program because it switches the sympathetic nervous system to para.
Okay. And that's just about 5 minutes then, that meditation that you do, or whenever I guess, or your clients are feeling nervous or like high anxiety, they do that.
Most people love it.
Like, how often do you do it daily, I guess?
Well, you do it
okay.
every day, yeah, because you do it after the training every day. And
Okay.
people really love it. Some people can be irritated at the beginning, and they can be nervous, but they tell everyone, just be the way you are. Just close your eyes and let it be. Doesn't matter what you do. So let the music be. For musicians, it's difficult because musicians will analyze the music and will get engaged. What are the instruments there and so on. So it's really hard on them to stay in a meditative mood without addressing the world outside, right?
Yeah.
It's a big challenge. After a while, they get into that.
Luckily, I'm not a musician, so that won't matter to me. I don't have any other questions, but thank you for your input.
You're welcome. Whenever you have more questions, please drop in. All right, let me see.
Yeah.
If Kishore,
I was surprised.
Right, sure. Right. Do you have any other questions?
No, not right now. I just wanted to see what they just had to ask and if I can learn something. You know, the funnily, I was just forgetting to play the meditation music at the end. I was just like, okay, I'm done, half an hour. Yay. So I have to remember to do that. So it was useful that you
Yeah,
brought it up.
it's really something because it's kind of a closure
Mm-hmm.
to the whole experience. So you
Mm-hmm.
want to close with experience with something that is very pleasant and soothing and making the heart calm.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was really difficult to find actually the piece of music and not to ask people for meditation that is system meditation, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we thought about music because we started music meditation with music for some years in LA. And then it was, we were on a journey, about 1 year journey to actually find this piece of music. And finally, we
Oh,
found around 11 these pieces. And then um, after about some time, people really voted to that one. It looks that this piece of music you can listen for thousands of times and you are never bored of it. It's just amazing power of that piece of music that I
okay.
nobody knows why, but it always does something to me when the music is almost fading and it's coming back, right? I always have the shivers, with the whole my body, like Kundalini, like a wave, right, goes through my spine
Sweet,
every time. It's
sweet.
amazing.
I haven't tried the Philharmonic Symphony recording. I have tried the other one, so now I have that. I'll try this tonight.
Right, guys. Well,
All right.
thank you for stopping by, and then come whenever you have questions. That's the whole thing I started about 2 weeks ago, and it's working very nicely. I hope that will encourage people more to come in and then know that there's somebody there that they can always ask questions, because that's what people mostly wanted, and that people will understand that the happy body is a way of living until you die, and it is not like fixing something. So
Yeah, and that's very exciting in some ways. Like, I have never done resistance training ever, like the way I grew up. So, and for most of the time, I would feel like, oh, I can't do this. This is just too much for me. And this kind of says, oh, I can do it, and I can do it lifelong. So it's just very cool for me.
yeah, well, and then there is also this self mastery and self way of coaching yourself that eventually you learn how to maneuver the whole system throughout the years of aging, and also through the days of being tired or exhausted or feel really good, and how to apply on a daily basis the routine. And once you really get into it, you gain complete independence from everything outside. How to be flexible, how to be strong, how to have agile body, even when you are 90 years old, right? So you will simply gain this 100% brain that knows how to be that way. That's
Yeah.
just amazing. You will not be attracted to whatever world is doing, because you will have that body,
Mm.
right? And you will have that body and you will continue to have it. So
Yeah.
it's like, a skinny person, or person that knows how to control the body weight, like with the happy body. If you know how to control the happy body, the ideal body weight, then you're really simply independent. You don't need any books about dieting and so on, right? You
Yes.
are, and you know. It's amazing.
Yeah.
That eventually what the happy body does is that uh, releases itself from any information that comes from dieting and any information that comes from exercising. So that sets you up in the place that you have a lot of more time. No more books about exercise, no more books about dieting, no more books about food and how to make food and so on. Done, right? So you have a lot of time for your family, for your friends, for your business, right? Instead
Yeah.
living the life of more intensity when it comes to friends, family, and business.